Hey everybody, it's Cody, Dixon RC, back here with week 18 of the TRX-4 Sport budget build. I say week 18, it's been over a year since I've been doing this, but you know, we just take time here and there to do what we need to do. So this week, we've got $88.50 from last week to carry over to this week. So added to the $50, we had $138.50 to spend. I went this week with a Holmes Hobby Trailmaster Expert 550 27 turn reverse rotation just for the TRX-4 Sport. Reason being is because this Trailmaster Sport that I put in it long time ago, probably week 3 or 4 or whatever it was, this is a chrome can from him. So this is one of their first generation ones they had. This thing's been in the water a couple times. It's starting to show its age. It won't hold on, the brake hold doesn't work, so if I'm on an incline, it just rolls backwards. So time to get rid of that. I don't want that anymore. I was at a competition a couple of weeks ago, and I got hit with a bunch of reverses because of that, because it was rolling on its own. I didn't even touch the remote, it was just rolling. So gotta let it go, time to let it go. So spend some money and get a nice hand-wound motor, 27 turn variety, because that's what I kind of run in this. I think this one's a 27 turn that's in here, maybe it's a 21 turn. So either way, simple install, just basically going to desolder the leads there and put them on this one, put it in there. Still going to keep the same 15 tooth pinion gear in it, nothing changed like that, but I am going to show you how to take it apart if you haven't seen it yet. I'll put it above and so you can see, and we'll go from there, and then I'll be back and we'll discuss it. All right, we're back. So, of course, you see the Trailmaster Sport in there. Of course, I got gobs of wires everywhere with all this new stuff that I've got now. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to remove this winch line or winch wire. I say I'm going to remove it. Maybe I'm not. We'll leave it be. It won't be too much in the way. So, we'll take those out of there and disconnect them from where I've got them hooked up to the 1080. I'm going to put these underneath here so I can move this out the way here. Alright, so those are moved. Get your 2mm out. There's a bolt right here that takes this takes this plate off. Move that out the way. Ooh, that right there is tight. Oh, that's right. That's the one that's tight on the this aluminum mount, the GRC mount. There's one more at the top here. Almost forgot about that one. Should just slide up. All right, so that's removed there. So you'll take this and move that out the way. Check gear. It looks good. Move this out the way. Remember that it is in number A for removal purposes. So there's that. And we will take, that's going to be 1.5. We'll take the pinion off. Put some more thread locker on the pinion, just because. Up where this is going to go. I always like to try and start it where it's just at the edge of that, edge of the motor shaft. Get it tight. Alright, now I'm going to go solder and I'll be right back. All right, so I got done soldering, put new ends on it and the whole deal. So I want it to sit like this because I want the wires to go that way like they were before. So I have to figure out, because there's still 4, but they're very much not the way the other one was as far as being able to fit. You put this back in here. Of course, you want to make sure your wires are routed correctly and all that. But the biggest thing, you want to make sure your pinion is touching this the way it's supposed to, which this one, there it goes. So you can kind of see in there, there it goes. You can kind of see it. Not really, but kind of. But it's lined up just right, so we're good there. So I'll take this. This should just slide. It's a little bit of a pain. The aluminum is not easy to deal with. I think you got to go from the, yeah. I remember the last time I did this, it was a bit of a pain to get it to go in. There we go. So you got all that aluminum piece there. Then you just go in here and snap it in there. Then put it all back together. Easy peasy that way. This one's the one that's a pain because of the housing is off a little bit, so it makes it seem like it's stripped or something. Alright, so then you take that one and just run it back in where it was before. It should just bolt right in. There you go. Of course, put those back in there like they were. Try and guide that, and that should be it. Let's put some power to it and see if it works. Whoa! All right, so we're back. As you see, I had a little mishap. So turns out when you're soldering your wires to your motor, pay attention to where you're putting them. I had both positive and negative on the same terminal. So I popped the cap on the 1080. So I put a new one in it. So that kind of kills the budget, but we're okay. It's fine, whatever. So we're going to hook all this up and then turn on our Fly Sky remote. It's got power now, so everything works. And we have power. You can already tell it has way more wheel speed than it had before. So that's good. All right, so we had $138.50 left over, not left over, but added to the $50. Spent $64.99 on this motor. It is a little bit more expensive than the other Trailmaster Sport motor. You know, it's a $20 motor. This one's a little bit more high quality as far as it goes. It still is a 3-slot, but it is hand wound instead of machine wound, which is what the other one is. The other one's just a solid can. This one can be rebuilt. Timing can be set as well, so you can change the timing of it. So that put us to $73.51 to roll over to next week, but I also ruined the 1080, so I had to replace it. So that takes $42 off for the next one. So that kind of puts me in a, not a whole lot of money for next week, but that'll be okay. No big deal. So just always remember, kids, pay attention to where you're putting your wires and your terminals and such. So that concludes that for this week. That concludes the budget build for this week. Not a lot crazy, nothing crazy going on. Don't really have too much more to really do to this truck. It's kind of great the way it is, to be honest with you. maybe another body or something. I don't know. I kind of like the body that's on it as well. So who knows? But that's where we're at right now. So we'll see what I can come up with next. And thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week. And hope everybody had a happy New Year, good holidays. So we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.